Not all gyms are equal. I want to provide you with some insight and encouragement concerning gyms and finding the right gym for you, but I also want to answer the question that might kind of seem cliche, but it's a question that many ask anyways, though the answer may seem obvious to some of you. The question is this: why do I even need to exercise, let alone go to the gym? Many people, perhaps even most, think that exercise is about weight. One exercises to either shed weight, keep weight off, or add good weight. Although these are great reasons for exercise, they are not the most important reasons. For the individual trying to lose weight or keep weight off, diet control is going to be much more effective than anything that you will do in the gym. Exercise is important and works hand in hand with diet, but if the diet is not there, it's all for naught. Exercise has many benefits, and these benefits are substantial to your quality of life, your hobbies, your interaction with others, and even your perception of life. So again, why exercise? Firstly, it increases your energy levels. I've struggled with my energy for years, and it wasn't until I began a consistent training routine that I began to see increases in energy levels. A good multivitamin will also assist with this. Also, your quality of sleep will dramatically increase when you are exercising regularly. This will also help with your energy levels. Exercise increases your body's defense systems and helps you steer clear of many sicknesses, and in the occasional time you will come down with a sickness, your body will rid the system of that sickness more quickly. Exercise also improves your mood. It helps you handle and deal with stress, anxiety, and depression much more effectively. These are just a handful of benefits from exercise, but there are a plethora of other benefits that I will not get into at this time. Now that we all understand the importance of exercise and why we should all be exercising, I now want to get into the crux of this and look at gyms, particularly why gyms are not always equal and why they are not always the same. So why aren't all gyms equal? How are they not all the same? Most people, when they speak of a gym or gyms, they're speaking generally of gyms with treadmills, strength training equipment, etc., but this only makes up a fraction of gyms. There are, firstly, aerobic centers. These types of gyms focus primarily upon cardiovascular health. These include, but are not limited to, traditional aerobic exercises and classes, dance classes, strength training, and martial arts or kickboxing. Then there are yoga centers. These types of gyms or fitness centers specialize in stretching, toning, and flexibility. They also work on breathing as well as physical and mental relaxation. Dance centers. These focus on the cardiovascular, coordination, balance, and structural strength. Then you have Pilates centers. These have grown immensely over the past decade, and these types of gyms not only focus on physical health and wellness, but they also put a lot of emphasis on mental health and wellness also. Then there are fitness centers. These gyms could be called the jacks of all trades. I would say that they do well at a multitude of things, but they are the best at nothing. They are quite popular simply for their versatility. A good example of this would be a local YMCA. There will be anything from dance classes to swimming lessons, strength training, cardio machines, and racquetball and basketball courts, as well as saunas and hot tubs. Then you have athletic clubs. A member of one of these clubs will have access to a range of activities, including basketball, racquetball, tennis, squash, and others. Many club members will have access to massages and tanning, so these clubs will typically be more expensive than the clubs that I've already mentioned. Also, there are CrossFit gyms. These specialize in core strength and conditioning. As a traditional weightlifter and someone who is very anti-injury minded, I'm not necessarily a big fan of CrossFit gyms simply because of their injury rates, but I know that many have been successful with these. Finally, you have the gym, the traditional gym, or what most people think of when they hear or say the word gym. This type of facility is for strength training as well as cardio. The equipment will include a wide range of free weights, weight machines, treadmills, ellipticals, and stationary bicycles. This will be what your common gyms like Gold's Gym, Anytime Fitness, LA Fitness, or others will be classified as. Now that we have explored the different types of gyms and have seen how they differ each one from the other, that they are not all equal, I want to find what the right gym for you is. In order to find your custom fit, as far as gyms are concerned, there is a list of questions that should be asked. Question number 1. What do you want from your workout? Are you looking to run? Maybe you love swimming and want an indoor facility where you can swim year-round. Perhaps you want to get into the sport of bodybuilding. Secondly, how convenient is the facility? You should really aim for something close, but at the same time, I wouldn't recommend just picking the closest gym to you just because it's close, because it may not be able to meet your needs or your fitness goals. With that being said, you do need something relatively close by. Finding the motivation to go 4 to 5 times a week and grind out a workout is difficult enough, and it'll only be harder on you if your gym is 30 minutes away. Then, ask, what is the staff like? I have been to gyms where high school students make up most of the staff because the owner is looking for cheap hire. The problem is, most of these kids cannot coach you on equipment, and none of them have a personal trainer's certificate. Is the staff friendly? Are they helpful? Are they qualified? These are all questions that we should ask concerning a facility's staff. Next, what equipment is offered, and how is that equipment maintained? You want to make sure the facility has the right equipment for you. For example, if you want to bodybuild, you want to make sure that there are ample free weights, squat racks, and sufficiently weighted dumbbells. You also want to make sure that the equipment is well maintained. The equipment can be very telling about a particular facility. The next question, what amenities are offered? Perhaps on a tour of a gym, which is something that we should all do before choosing our gym, you will see not only weights, but you'll see locker rooms, showers, massage areas, tanning beds, and a sauna. You want to make sure and ask what is and what is not included in the standard membership price. Sometimes people will choose a facility based on all of the extras, but when they sign up for a membership, they choose the base membership because of price, only to find out that they do not have access to all of the amenities, which was their very reason for joining that particular gym in the first place. What are the hours? This is a very important question depending on your schedule. Many, perhaps even most gyms have gone to being 24/7 gyms, which they open at all times. This is very convenient, not only so you can schedule your workout to your particular scheduling demands, but also so you don't have to take mandatory days off or all holidays off. What is the total cost? Price is always an important factor, for many, the most important factor. Always be sure to ask what your monthly cost will be, just so there are no surprises when you are locked into your contract. It's good to ask if there are penalties for canceling a gym membership before the contract agreement ends if you are in a contract, because some facilities will have the opportunity to really stick it to you in these situations. Next, what is the reputation of the gym? Personally, I am a review junkie because I think that we can learn a great deal from others' experiences. Anything above 4 stars out of 5 is usually a pretty solid bet. I would be skeptical about a facility that dips very far below the 4-star mark. Also, don't just look at the star rating and decide. It's always wise to read individual reviews, some with a grain of salt, if you know what I mean. A final consideration would be whether or not you would have access to other gyms. If you are joining with a local, privately ran facility, you probably will not have access to other gyms. But if you're with a large chain like LA Fitness, Anytime Fitness, or Planet Fitness, you will have access to hundreds, even thousands of gyms around the country and around the world. For you frequent travelers, this will prove to be highly convenient. In conclusion, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 and 20 says, "Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you are bought with a price, so glorify God in your body." While we have looked at exercises and its importance in different types of gyms and what could be right for you, this is not about becoming the next bodybuilder or marathon champion, but it's about being responsible with the bodies that God has given to us and using them ultimately to bring glory to Him. Choosing the right gym can be a very important decision, and for some it can mean success or failure, depending on what they choose to do with it. But I do hope that this helps you in either your selection of your next gym or your continuance with your current gym.